Hello everyone, my name is Valkyria Verder. As the Coven would call me, I'm Mother Priestess. Today we are showing up to do work together with the Coven space. Now if you are not a part of the group chat and you would like to be, there's going to be a link down below. There's also going to be further instructions or like written instructions with everything that I'm saying and talking about on the blog, on the Substack. So if you want to go and check that out, there's going to be a link down below for that as well. If you want to be a supporter of the work that I do financially, the options for that are on Substack as well. It's not the main reason that we're here today. Usually I put that in the podcast. Today, we are here to offer to the spirits of justice, free, and truth. With what's happening with the protests right now, with things that are escalating here in America, this work is going to be an offering to the spirits of justice, free, and truth. Those who are on the ground who are innocent, those who are on the ground who are guilty. This is going to be an offering of water so that the scales can balance as they are needing in the authority in the spirit. As we've seen, the authority of the man on the earth does not always follow the authority in the spirit. So today we are here to offer so that there can be protection, redirection for the water spirits, for the people on the earth who are connected to the water spirits, as we all are. Before we get into the spell work, before we get into like the specifics, let me break down a little bit of what this work is going to be. It's going to be very simple. There's a lot of words. Our previous work together that we did on the new moon in Aquarius, whether you took part in that or not, you're more than welcome to partake in this. This is also just kind of a call to practitioners. You don't have to join the coven or you don't have to join the group chat or anything like that. This is going to be just a ritual that can bind our powers together so that we are able to be stronger and have more kind of force behind it. When you petition the spirits or you make offerings to the spirits, it's a lot about the purpose behind it. It's a lot about the reasons behind it. And it's a lot about also kind of, if you imagine your phone getting blown up with a whole bunch of text messages and calls, you're going to pay more attention to it. So the more of us that offer, the more than likely that the spirits will listen. Not that they wouldn't listen to us by ourselves, but if we all put a call out at the same time, there's going to be a little bit more of a kind of urgency behind it. So what we're doing today, what the work is going to be is it's going to be a container of water, okay? The water can be, depending upon your personal practice, and if you want to tie this work in with anything that you're doing in your world, the water could be moon water that you've made. If you want to tie it in with those cycles, it can be water straight from the tap. It can be bottled water. It could be water from a stream if you're related to those spirits and you have a healthy relationship with them. Water from the ocean, if that is something that you have available to you and you have a trusting relationship with those spirits as well. It's going to depend on kind of like how you want to bring that water into the work and into the practice. I'm going to leave that kind of up to discernment on your end and what you feel like is necessary. How you bind your work really is up to you, because if you're doing the work, if we're doing this work together, then obviously it's going to be bound to your personal practice. It's going to be bound to our collective space as well, and kind of what's happening in the collective. So however it is that you would like to bind it to your practice, you're going to look at kind of where the water is coming from, and then also the container. Maybe there's a specific glass that you want to use. Maybe it's something that you want to tie into other rituals, and you want to use that glass from other rituals that you've done in the realms of justice, free, and truth. If that is necessary or related, for sure. For those of you who did do the work in the new moon in Aquarius, let me go and grab it. Give me just a second. Do you remember, for people who did the work on the new moon in Aquarius, if you are also here watching this, remember in that video I said to hold on to the well, okay? The candle spell. Hold on to the well. So I will be using this container for this work, what we had our coven work together. Wow, I haven't really held this since we've done that work together. The work that we've done together in the coven work, the well. A well spell binds up fate. That's how I look at it in my practice. So the fact that we did this on the new moon in Aquarius, with everything that's happening with kind of the turbulence of Pluto in Aquarius, as we've seen throughout the world, also with what's happening with the boats, the water, with the flotilla, if you're familiar with that, they're connected to the water spirits as well. So this is not just justice, free, and truth for America. This is justice, free, and truth for what is happening in our world. If you partook in this and you would like to use this container, this is what I will be using. If you'd like to tie it into another part of your practice, that is beautiful, and I will encourage it if you feel like it is true. If you are new and you do not have a new moon in Aquarius ritual candle well that you are able to use for this work, for this spell, then use your discernment, choose a glass. We may use it again, depends on if you want to continue working with us. What we're going to be doing is we're going to fill our container up with water. Give your gratitude, reverence, and love to the water. Fill it to the brim. You want to fill it and don't spill it. Make sure you're not going to knock it over, spill it. Don't spill it. This is going to be, fill it up as full as you can get it. Fill it to the brim if you can, but don't spill it. We don't want the water to spill. We don't need any of the chaos commotion. This needs to be contained. If you need to have some room before it gets to the top of the glass so you can walk to the altar from where the water is, also totally fine. So take your time with it. This is work that, even though it does feel urgent, on my end at least, does feel urgent, it's not to be rushed. We want to take our time. If we rush through it, things can get a little messy. We don't need the stress. We don't want to stress the spirits out. They're clearly, in my opinion, already stressed enough. So the way that this is going to be dressed, I have not washed or cleansed this candle container from the previous work that we did, and I will not be washing or cleansing this container. I would like to carry on from the work that we did in the new moon in Aquarius. So it will not be washed, it will not be cleansed. If you feel like you need to wash it, please use your discernment. If you feel like you need to cleanse it, please again use your discernment, because after this ritual is done, the container will need to be cleansed. It will need to be cleared. It will need to be revered. So it's not going to be again some things are very direct in the coven work that we do, in the ritual work we do together. Some things are up to discernment. It's going to depend on kind of how you're feeling in that moment and what you feel like is going to be necessary. So if you feel like you need to cleanse the jar, the candle container, then please do. But if not, then that is completely up to you. So we're going to fill it, don't spill it. We're going to bring it to the altar, hold it, your altar, if you have a group altar, the space where it is that you would like this work to be related to, or ground if you have a consecrated altar, however it is that you feel like it's going to be necessary and where the altar is. I'll be putting mine. I just got a new altar set up for our coven work. It's a pretty ginormous bookshelf back there, so more on the coven stuff another time when it comes to filling up the bookshelf. I have some plans for that, so another call will go out to you guys if you're interested in that. I mentioned it in the previous podcast, but just a side note, a little footnote for a second, but I'll be putting it back on the group altar. So we're gonna fill it up, don't spill it. Okay, fill it up, don't spill it. Have the candle, the container, the glass, hold it near your heart. Okay, this is kind of an emotional start. There's a lot of emotional things going on in the world, a lot of things that are connected to our heart that are happening, a lot of things connected to the hearts of other people that are happening. There's a lot of emotional turbulence that's up in the air. So we hold it next to our heart while we do the work. We also have Cancer season coming up. We have Mercury in Cancer. Jupiter is entering Cancer, I'm pretty sure, right as I'm filming this. So we're going to be kind of calling on the water and the expansion as we hold the water, right? So hold it near your heart, and we're going to say some things. And this is kind of where the Substack comes in. I'm going to write all of, because this is a lot of words, so I'm going to write all of it out. It's going to go on the Substack article if you want to get the full breakdown, the full specifics of it. Hold it next to your heart. Before we start, oh, goodness gracious, gratitude, reverence, and love to you, the mother spirits, gratitude, reverence, and love to you, the highest spirit, gratitude, reverence, and love to you, whoever it is that you want to give your gratitude, reverence, and love to you, take the time. Take the time, take the time, take the time, take the time, take the time to say thank you. Take the time to give your gratitude to the water, to the candle, to the coven if you want to the group, to the people who are doing the work, to the people who are out there fighting, however they are, in love, truth, free, honor, glory, elevation, gratitude, reverence, justice, magic, spirit, liberation, free, and love, okay? How the people are moving. So however it is you feel like, give the gratitude. Give it. Bring it in the air, talk about it. Bring the gratitude, talk about it, 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 until you feel like it's full. And then go into the words that we're going to share together. Keep giving gratitude and love until you feel like, you know what, I feel like that's enough. You'll know, you'll feel it, okay? Okay, and you really want to bring through like a full heart as you're doing this. Let the emotions come through. Let the emotions pour into the work that you're doing. So, in gratitude, reverence, and love, we don't want to, in this work, we're not calling on, it could be an indirect consequence, okay? And more than likely, it probably will be. But we're not going to be calling on the fighter spirits to come and stand up. And so with the gratitude, reverence, justice, magic, spirit, love, the energies we've been talking about, okay? move in that. Move in the gratitude, reverence, and love. This is an offering to make sure that the people who are being displaced are able to be placed in a way that is going to be in love, truth, free, honor, glory, elevation, gratitude, reverence, justice, magic, liberation, free, and love. So there's going to be, again, the words are going to explain more in just a second. So don't, we're not trying to spike anything with our emotions. I think that's really what I'm trying to say. We're not trying to spike anything. This is an offering of a full heart. And the emotions that come through, valid. Okay, valid. So sit with the emotions as you need to. So with everything that's going on, we've got the protests, we've got things that are escalating, the stuff that's happening over water, the stuff that's happening in the ocean, the stuff that's happening on the seas, stuff that's happening in the rivers, stuff that's happening, okay, connected to the water. So we're offering this. You give your gratitude, okay? We're offering this again in love, truth, free, honor, glory, elevation, gratitude, reverence, justice, magic, spirit, liberation, free, and love. And if you've noticed, love is at the beginning and the end. And what that does, we're going to talk about some magic fundamentals as we go through this, because I'm not going to tell you what to do and then not tell you what's going to happen. So what that does is it creates a circle of the words. And that way they spin in a circle. They can't be broken, okay? They keep going around. It's a circle. So that's a spelling tool, a magical spelling tool, if you ever want to bring that into your practice as well. Keeping the order of the circle. So you're going to start with love, you go through, and you end with love as well. So it's a ward. That's what that is. That's what I would call it. It's an order. It's a ward. Keeping that circle, keeping the alignment of the spirits, how they need to move. It's a wheel. It keeps things moving. So it's also a seal. You open it in love. You seal it in love. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you, love. This is where the spell work starts. So may those on the ground in the authority of spirit, not the authority of man alone. And I'm going to put some side notes. If you see me looking down here, I'm reading the spell work. When I come back up here, just to note, I'm going to break down kind of what's happening with the spell work. Again, the full thing is going to be on the Substack. So may those on the ground in the authority of spirit, not the authority of man alone, because what's happening right now in spirit. So here's the explanation of that part. What's happening right now in the spirit is that we're seeing the authority that man has created that is outside the just laws of spirit start to be deconstructed. So when I say man alone, that would be what man has decided that has thrown the scales within the spirit off balance. Okay. What is done in man alone. So that's the reason that verbiage is in there, that word is in there. May those on the ground in the authority of spirit, not the authority of man alone, be offered this water along with justice, free, and truth. That's who the water is for, and the highest spirit. So I'm going to read it again all the way through. May those on the ground in the authority of spirit, not the authority of man alone, be offered this water along with justice, free, truth, and the highest spirit. That's who the water is for. May this water protect, defend, free, and heal the youth, which is in all of us. Those who work in the authority of spirit in love, truth, free, honor, glory, elevation, gratitude, justice, magic, spirit, liberation, free, and love be offered elevation, safe roads, and safe destinations, and removal from and protection against those that are not just. Take some time to adjust, okay? Because as we're talking, as the work is happening, you'll feel the energy come through. The spirits will start to come through. There's going to be some movement emotionally. There's going to be some movement in the spirit as you call on things. And while you're calling on things, stand in your power. Be in your power, sit in your power. However it is that you approach the altar and go to the altar, be rooted, okay? Be rooted in it. Be rooted in the work as you need to be. In liberation, free, and truth, okay? Be rooted in it. Be rooted in it. Be grounded in it. Trust in yourself. Trust, because one of the things with the fighting spirits that are up in the air right now, they're trying to move around people, get them displaced. We're going to get to that in a second in the spell work. Trying to move around people and get them displaced so that things can be taken away and things can be removed. And we're not here to do that. So stand your ground. Don't let them push you around. Call on your power. If you feel like things are getting a little wavy, not in the way that you will want, make sure you are in a full heart. The water's here to help protect us, okay? The water's here to help us. The water's here to ground us. The water's here to be water. It's what the water's here to do. The water's here to be water. So let the water, as it needs to, move through you, okay? You're also going to hear me say the order of the words, the love, truth, free, honor, glory, elevation, gratitude, justice, magic, spirit, liberation, free, and love. You're going to hear that throughout the spell work. Every time that we say it, we create a bind. We create that wheel and things will turn in it. So Just a heads up on that one. Okay, so you've got that. Let's move on. May those who are being displaced by not just authorities be ushered into a placement encompassing love, truth, free, honor, glory, elevation, gratitude, reverence, justice, magic, spirit, liberation, free, and love. That ushering could show up in the fact that they're not displaced in the first place. That ushering could show up for people who've already been displaced, that they're able to make it to that destination. Because as we see, there's a lot of destinations right now that the unjust, the not just, because unjust is different than not just, the not just authorities are asking those people to be in. So it's going to make sure that the destination and the roads, that's why we say encompassing, and the roads to get there, because encompassing, any direction. You want to put me in any direction, I'm going to pass through these. I'm going to be processed in that circle that we're creating, okay? The bind of those words, that ward. May the return of just authority be easy for the warriors, and may it be in the pace and embrace of love, truth, free, honor, glory, elevation, gratitude, reverence, justice, magic, spirit, liberation, free, and love. Because if people are out there, however it is they're moving, whether you're at home, you're on the streets, you're at work, doesn't matter. If you are someone out there who's deciding to pick this up, you're a warrior too. So congrats to you, and thank you for being here. I'm grateful for you. So anyone who's decided to stand up for something, however it is they have decided to stand up for something, if they are in the just authority, may the return of the just authority be easy for the warriors. That means any warrior, even the ones who are not just, okay? Even the ones who need to adjust to justice. Because if it's one of us, it's got to be all of us. So even the ones who are not moving in justice, it's those authorities too, those warriors, okay, those warriors. May it be easy and in the pace and embrace, okay, because the pace and embrace, we don't need it, again, we don't need it to be rushed, we don't need it to be harsh, we don't need it to be hard. Justice is hard enough, okay, creating balance is hard enough. Admitting you're wrong to something for the warriors who may not be on the side of justice, it is hard enough. It's hard enough. Getting out of those curses and bindings that would make them do that in the first place is going to be hard enough. So we don't need to throw anything extra on them. We need the work to be sure that they're going to make it to the place where they are of justice. All right, let's move on. May the truth be revealed justly without a shield, and may the innocent receive what is due for them in justice, and may the guilty face and be processed through the balancing of the scales of justice. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Justice, free, the truth, and the highest spirit. So it is. And then you place the candle holder and or your container if you do not have the candle holder or have chosen not to use it. Sit with it. Love it. Okay. And place that on the altar. 3 days and 3 nights is going to stay there. Because what we're doing 3 days and 3 nights, we're calling in death and we're calling in life. It's both. It's a binding. We're calling in the power. We're calling in the will. We're calling in the ward. 3 days and 3 nights. It's going to sit there for 3 days and 3 nights. After 3 days and 3 nights, around the same time, if you want to set a timer on your phone or you want to, however it is, okay? However it is. Also, I want to make a note here. If you have animals around, I know there was people in the previous work that we did together who placed their candle in the oven so that the cats didn't get to it or that the dogs didn't get to it. So if you need to put it in a place that's going to be safe, maybe put it in the fridge possibly, or you put it back in the oven, however you decide to, okay? But wherever it's going to sit, don't let it spill. If it spills and it wasn't your will, Spirit's going to see that and understand. All right, cool. Spirit's going to see it and understand. So don't trip out about it. Just, protect yourself as necessary and move with your discernment if it does. Listen to it. Listen to what's going on. Why did it spill? There's maybe a lesson to learn. Maybe Spirit needed to show you something. There's a lot of different ways that could show up within the personal kind of perspective. Because again, we're showing up in our personal practices to do a collective work, to do a collective binding. So if you need to put it in the fridge, or you need to put it maybe like in a cabinet or wherever is going to work so that it doesn't get knocked over. Because I know there are people who practice with animals and that was a concern in the previous works that we discerned after the fact. But just a heads up if you feel like that's necessary. So, and then afterwards, okay, gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Oh yeah. So it is. Place it there. Embrace it. That's it. Let the work work. Listen while it's happening. Learn about what's going on. If a spirit brings you anything, or the spirits will bring you anything, or you get called into work because of what's happening, let it be. Okay? Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Sometimes spirit, when you do a work, is going to call you into other stuff. Again, because it's going to be in a personal position, in your personal place, in your personal space. Beautiful. If you're someone who lives at home and you, for whatever reason, are not able to keep up more of like a public practice, having a glass of water in a place that's kind of like inconspicuous or doesn't look like it's doing anything, that's going to be something to keep note of. I know there's people that I've seen before, worked with before, or heard about also within the spaces that I work in who haven't been able to have more of a practice. I also see on TikTok sometimes that people's altars get found and like get wrecked because whoever they're living with disagrees with them practicing. So it doesn't have to look witchy, even if it is. So glass of water, a place that's inconspicuous. If you are in that situation where you could not speak it out loud, speak it up here. Okay, let it be clear. Protect yourself in the process. The silence of it is all right. If you can't speak it out loud, then do so. We're speaking in the collective, we're speaking external, we're speaking here. All right. Now, 3 days, 3 nights. Once the 3 is done, okay, let things see the sun, and we're bringing the water in the sun. It needs to be done in the sun because it needs to be done directly. We don't need the shadows moving and the grooving about. It needs to be done directly, especially since we're asking for the truth to be revealed without a shield. So since it's going to be done directly, taking it out in the sun, even if it's like a rainy day or the clouds are out, even if the sun is like a little bit hidden, okay, but during the sun hours of the day, take it to the ground, take it to the land, love you the land, give your gratitude, reverence, and love while you're pouring the water out to the spirits. Again, remember at the beginning, gratitude, reverence, and love, all the things to the spirits, the water, the land, however it is that you would speak it at the beginning, gratitude, reverence, and love to the spirits that you feel like you need to give gratitude, reverence, and love to at the end of the work as well. Gratitude, reverence, and love to the indigenous spirits of the land, where it is I sit, talk, walk, and stand, and where you are doing the work. Make sure that you give your gratitude, reverence, and justice, magic, spirit, however you want to say it. Gratitude, reverence, and love to the indigenous spirits of the land, where you sit, talk, walk, and stand, where I sit, talk, walk, and stand while this work is done. Gratitude, reverence, and love to the indigenous spirits of the land, where the work is going to ground. Okay, especially for people who maybe do not come from indigenous practices or indigenous spaces, just please be aware of the fact of the land that you're on. Nobody is illegal on stolen land. That's part of the reason this work is being done. All right, just to make it crystal clear. So gratitude, reverence, and love to you, the spirits, the indigenous spirits, and speak it. Pour the water to the ground, and then immediately, as long as it's possible, as long as it's a possibility, as long as you can do it, and it's possible for you, and if not immediately, then pretty much as soon as you can, come in and wash this. Wash it out. Clear it out. We've done the work. We got things figured out. The truth has been revealed. We offer to the spirit. Let things see the light. Okay, and now we're going to clear it up. We got to clean it up, clear it up. Oh, look at the light shining through. Okay, thanks, spirit. Thank you, spirit. All right. We're going to wash it up. We're going to clear it up. Let it be clean, and then find a place for it to rest again. If you're not using the candle work, if you're not using the jar from the work of from the previous work that we did together, the new moon in Aquarius, just know that the container that you use, whether you're using from the previous work or you're not, whether you're new to the space or not, lots of discernment, on a personal level, just know that work is going to now be bound to that container. So if it's like a casual drinking glass, just understand that every time you go and sit with that glass, that work is going to be a part of the glass now. So discern for that. Sometimes if the work is important enough, and again, discern for you because it's going to be in your personal space. So if the work is important enough, I'll set aside. I'll use this jar only for this thing then, only for that kind of work. That's one of the ways that in the Spirit has taught me to protect myself, keep an order of things. Sometimes we don't need to cross over different kinds of work. Sometimes we do. Okay, sometimes, clearly, obviously, we're using the candle jar. I'll be using the candle jar from the previous work. So sometimes things do need to be crossed together. They need to be bound together, but sometimes they don't need to be. So discern for yourself if you feel like it's necessary, how it feels like it's necessary. That's up to you. So that's pretty much it. Let me just double check and read everything. And then you're done. and then you're done, and then you're done, and then the work is done. It's supposed to be simple. It's supposed to be simple, easy, simple. Okay, we're not doing magic work that's gonna, at least for this one, it's gonna bind anybody up in something that's gonna be really difficult or really hard. Like I said, for people who are out there fighting and they're not sitting in the authority of, what will be working in the justice of spirit. I still revere it. I might not agree with it, but I still revere it. We're all human. We're messy. We got to clean ourselves up, okay? So getting out of that kind of cycle, getting out of that kind of, if we want to call it a curse, there you go. Getting out of that is hard enough. So let them be free of it. Let them be free of it. It's going to help you, me, everybody else who's involved. So there's the work. Problem solved. Problem solved. Let it be. Just with everything that's escalating, feels necessary. There's not going to be a specific timing. Like the previous work that we did with the new moon in Aquarius is the reason I bring this up. There was like a specific time. We were like in specific times of transits, and we were in there was specific time frames. This one is going to be not necessarily specific time frames for us to be working together. There isn't really any specific transits that it's connected to, unless it's going to be the transits you're looking at for when you start and when you end the work. That's going to be applicable. If you want to write those down, you sure can, or keep track of them. You sure can. I'm going to get all this edited, and then I'm going to get to that. Beautiful. All right. What else needs to be said about it? Don't worry about the specific timing of it. Do, with urgency, and not to be emergency, but of urgency at the pace you feel like you need to go so that you can sew the work, weave the work. Beautiful. Okay. Gorgeous, beautiful. I love that. Love that for all of us. Love that for you. Love that for me. Love that for the lot of us. Go at the pace that you need to. If you're like not prepared, you have things to do today, or you're like really busy. Okay. Just do what you need to do, and understand that there's things happening in the world where they could use our help. They could use our help. So that's what I have for you. I'm grateful for you. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for practicing with me. Thank you for the practice that you keep, even while you are asleep. Okay. Thank you for the practice that you keep. Thank you for the practice that you keep. I usually, for the updates on these works, I'll be in the group chat with the Coven. That's where I usually send out the updates if Spirit brings me anything, or there's anything important that kind of comes up and I'm like, we need to talk about this. It'll be in the group chat space. So again, if you want to go and join that, it'll be down in the description. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong about this because I haven't joined the group since it's been up and running, but I'm pretty sure you have to kind of go through and manually join some of the rooms. So just do a little exploring and kind of click through and see kind of what rooms you want to join. There's a lot of different spaces over there that are technically Coven related, but it's like a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you want to go and join those other group chats too, that's totally available to you. That's it for this one. So again, gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Keep up the brew that you do. Continue with the work you feel like you need to do. And I'm grateful for you. Thank you for coming to practice with me. Again, I'm honored by it. I'm sure, hopefully the spirits are honored by us as well. May they be honored by us in this work. So that's it. I love you, and I'll talk to you next time.